style is identical to none. Style is identical to none.
Yes, guys, I'm Si. Welcome to Ace Podcast Nation. We're back again for another interesting conversation. I'm delighted to be back at the Premier Inn. Big shout out to them and a massive thanks as always for hosting us. And delighted to be joined by rapper, musician, producer, promoter, DJ.
What an introduction.
Yeah, Mr. Rob Picton AKA Joe Blow.
What's going on, bro?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see you
Very
again,
good
man.
to see you again. We had a scream last time. We had a real good time last time.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, man. It's nice to be back, bro.
Yeah. So, like, obviously, with that one, we were like kind of going through your story, and we were like talk about the ups, the downs, and all the in betweens.
Yeah.
But today we got like stuff to talk about, what you're doing now. Obviously, I don't know what the time is, but like about an hour and a half ago, you dropped a bit of music.
Yeah, I done a freestyle. Yeah, with well, it was for Jaffa. It was.
Yeah.
Jaffa asked me to do a freestyle for his forthcoming mixtape, which is like a 90s sort of classic boom bap era sort of mixtape, like you know, so like with all like Welsh artists, like you know. And I think Captain, he's been curating it with Jaffa, so they're gonna put it out as sort of like a link project, you know. So
right up my alley, that is as well. 90s hip hop.
Well, 90s boys, isn't he? Yeah,
that's it, mate. I say all the time. 90s is just the best for music, clothes, TV, everything. Awesome. But I reckon, my missus sat there, she says it all the time. But everyone says that about that, like the era where they're a teenager going into adults. Everyone says that's the best era. Like
that's the glory days, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, 100%. Like, but no, I just think the 90s was special, mate, didn't it? Like,
yeah,
whether you like hip hop or indie music or whatever, like there's.
When you think about what came out in the 90s, like, you know, yeah, everything so good in every genre, like you know. Like I'm a bit biased, like you know, I think like the music that come out back then, like the jungle when jungle first come out and all that, like you know, and like the rave music and how it was all starting to branch into its own sort of direction, like you know, and even under the hip hop and that, like you know, it was a great time for music.
Mate, I was the first like was it like happy hardcore music I heard, and I was like hooked straight away when I was about 13, 14, listening to DJ Side. I was mate, I was like, just like, this is all about me, just chaotic.
Yeah,
just like, that was all about it. But like, I've got a weird musical taste though, because like I'm all about like the Stone Roses and Oasis and stuff like that. And I particularly like that sort of, that clothing and that style, like that sort of football terrace culture style.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm also all about like hip hop and all the way back to like the golden oldies, mate.
Yeah,
as well as like the new stuff. But I'm like at the moment I listen to more. I don't know whether it's from doing podcasts, but I listen to a lot more like UK artists, particularly like all the Welsh artists. I think I listen to more now than I probably ever have. Partially because you know I speak to people like you and speak to like other artists and that, and you tend to gravitate to it then. But
it's more accessible these days as well, isn't it?
You know, but there's also like mad amount of talent.
There's so much talent around. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Which is good though. Good for me, being a promoter. There's plenty of people to put and parties on, like you know.
So like, you got the Chasing Status sellout gig, innit? sold out quick as well. Apparently, that
Yeah,
did, didn't it?
we were asked. Obviously, we never put Jason Status on. Live Nation have done that. We were asked to come along, and there's another club basically within Utility Arena. It's like a room holds about 350 people. It's called A.C.E. So they say, can you come along, do the pre's? So we'll be opening up at like 5 o'clock, and we'll run it through right till 9 o'clock, and then Jason Status go on then in the main arena like 9 till half 10, I think. So we'll just be warming everyone up with D&B before the big dogs get out.
That was wicked, doesn't it? Like I think for you as a company, as a person, and all the people who you're going to get on that night, it's like a wicked opportunity, you know, just to be linked with Jason Status, sell out gig in the CIA. It'll always be the CIA.
Yeah, see your name on a flyer. Like, you know, that was, you know, a sense of achievement. Being in the right time, right place, you know, it was a good business move. I'd like to take all the glory for it, but I can't. I got to big up my business partner, Kevin. He's the one that made the link. Yeah, he sorted that link out. And then we come up with the idea then to say, well, look, there's going to be 9,000 people in Cardiff, all coming to see Jason Status, all want to watch D&B, do you know what I mean? So why don't we put an after party on? That's a perfect opportunity. If we can't get 1,500 people in to walk about, straight after that when there's 9,000 people walking about, I'm going to put my life on the line on the record and go, I'm retiring. If this one don't sell out, that's it, I'm done, man. It's game over.
It's like we were just saying now, just like how things just sometimes they just fall into place like nicely.
Timing,
Like I was telling you a story about things like over Christmas at the end of December, I was like fella for about 24 hours. I thought my world was falling apart, but then less than a week later, I was like, wow, this is going to be a mad year. We're going to do some crazy things all across Cardiff and the valleys, something which I didn't expect to be doing. And like, there's one thing which I cannot talk about, which I'm so super excited about. I'm struggling to not talk about it with people. Literally, the only person who knows is my missus, and like, it's just like, because I don't want to jinx it as well.
Yeah, of course you do.
But like, every time people talk about arenas, I get a bit of a tingle.
Yeah, man.
It's what it is. But like, for you, it's been a journey, isn't it? Like, we talked obviously the ups and the downs before, but like, it's not just about being in the right place at the right time or knowing, you know, linking up with the right people. It's not just that. It's hard work, and it's your reputation which you get from putting on events, booking the right DJs, booking the right people for your events, so that when the big events come, they know, you know, we can trust the guys at Circle 8. We know that they're going to put on a good show.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a lot to do with...
I think you shouldn't do yourself out of that glory, mate.
I think a lot of it's to do with hard work. You are right, you know. A lot of it's to do with luck, being in the right time at the right place. It's that old cliche, isn't it? You know, like you were saying, you didn't know what you were going to do next move. Just after Christmas, and it's like, you know, everyone closes and everyone opens. That's life, man. It's a journey of life. It's exciting. You never know what's going to happen.
And you make your own luck as well, mate. With like,
of course,
what you put in, I reckon. I'm a big believer in what you put out in the world, you get back in it.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've put out enough now. It's time for me to take
start reaping what you sow.
Yeah,
as they say.
That's so good, mate. What was it like doing that freestyle then, which you put out tonight? Because obviously, doing that 90s thing, was it? That's your era, as you said.
It was fun. It was fun to tap.
You look the video. You look like
I was having fun. Watch that video, man. That's me having fun. Jaffa was like, "Listen, I'm doing this mix thing. Do you want to get involved?" And I'd already done a track with Trev, and it was a remix of two of America's Most Wanted with Tupac and Snoop Dogg. Yeah. So we've done that. We've done that in Winchester studio and played that all the time. Yeah,
South Wales Most Wanted.
Yeah. It was two of South Wales Most Wanted. So it was like sort of like a follow up to it over that beat, like, you know. And we recorded that at release, and I'll give it to Jaffa, and he loved it. He said, "Look, I'm doing a mixtape, man. Do you want to do this one?" And like, he sent me over a beat, and I just like started going crazy because Redman's one of my favorite rappers anyway, like, you know. So like, to get it, it's easy to do his flow. So I just put my own words in. That's basically what I've done there, like, you know. So I did like tip my hat in respect to the original. It was like, it's a mixtape, so you want to try and keep it close to what the original was all about, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I had loads of fun doing that. I was in my element, man. You know what I mean? I was 18-year-old kid again, spitting in the road. Yeah, man. It was good fun, like. Yeah, man.
But if you had done it at 18, would you have been able to have done it so well? Is the question.
No, man, I was shit then. I can't even listen to music I made 2-3 years ago. So I mean, because I'm always like just moving, evolving, like, you know. And, yeah, I don't really listen to a lot of music.
Adapt or perish.
Yeah, that's it, man.
But like, funny enough, Endo said exactly the same the other day. He said, like, see, sometimes people will say to him, "Oh, I've just, discovered this tune," or one of his old tunes, and like, he can't handle it. He can't listen to his own music, like, especially his early stuff.
Yeah, I got that voice,
mate. So it's an interesting thing. I don't like listening to my own podcast particularly. I hate the sound of my voice. Like, it's taken me probably 2 years to get used to just hearing my voice.
Yeah. I'm the same.
Just don't sound like me.
Is that me? It's mad.
So have you got more music coming then, or is it just that for the time being, concentrating on the promotion?
I've been working on a new album. I've had that on the go for a while, like, you know. Probably started around about the time I came to see you last. We've released a few singles already. What my aim was just like, I'm just going to put a track out with singles, because if you have a look at like the streaming and how they're getting views, if you put a project out with say 12 tracks on, people will listen to the first track, second track, third track, and you'll see the numbers dwindling. Yeah. So the first track will always have, say, for instance, 10,000. Second track will have 8,000. By the time you get down to track number 10, there's only a few hundred there. Like, do you know what I mean? For instance, so I was playing around with the streaming and seeing how it was getting received, like, you know, and I was getting more streams when just putting singles on. So what I've done,
people's attention span, I reckon, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, man. And like, you know, it's the generation we live in, isn't it? Like, you know, like shorts are doing better than full videos.
Yes,
you know, for views and stuff like that, people are just like scrolling when I have a quick look at something and scroll on again. Like, you know, everything's so throwaway. Like, you know, what's new next? So I mean, so it's a hype, like, you know.
Yeah, my youngest kid, like, he'll just, like, I'd have his phone and he'll literally just be scrolling through like shorts and TikTok and whatever. And he's not even watching them, like, but he's constantly scrolling.
It's a habit, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think like it's an addiction thing, like, you know. Like, take my phone off me, I'm climbing the wall, like, I'm just like, shit, I'm addicted.
But then, yeah. So like, I find that as well. Like, I spend my life on it because you've got to, isn't it? Because you're doing guests, whatever, promotion, social media. It's like never ending, isn't it? There's always something to do.
Yeah,
but like, I find the first couple of minutes of not having it, I'm like, someone's going to message me, or I need to do it. But then I'd say like 10, 15 minutes later, I just like everything's chilled out, and you like suddenly like you just sorry. You look around and you notice
it's a distraction.
Notice the world around you, mate. Isn't it?
That's right, man. It's a distraction.
Yeah, I don't know where I stand with it. Like I said to you earlier, I'm not a fan of social media. I don't like it. I don't think I'd be on it if I didn't need it.
Yeah.
Equally, I probably wouldn't. Well, I wouldn't have like the opportunities which I've had, and doing podcasts and stuff wouldn't be a thing. Like, without social media, it was kind of a double-edged sword, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
It's I am interested by that though, because so like for me, I remember like buying like a CD, like buying an album. Like, I remember buying Eminem's first album, and I was so excited.
Oh, that album, that had be gas on that.
But I was so excited to listen to each song. Like, it tells a bit of a story, doesn't it? Like, with his albums and whatever, interviews and whatever. But like, I can't imagine like if you had like an artist, say like T-Rebel, for instance. Like, apart from the fact that I like him a lot, he's a great guy. I think he's super talented. So if he puts out an album, like, I'm going to listen to it, but I'm going to listen to it all. Yeah. So, like, I can't imagine buying an album of an artist you like and not.
Well, that's the thing.
Giving it a few, because the other thing as well is like, if you listen to an album, sometimes the first time you can be like, that one's a banger, but some of these are a bit. But then you listen to it a few times and you really start to feel it.
That's the thing. People ain't buying music. Like before, when we were younger, we buy, say, 15 quid for a CD or whatever. You just paid that out of your pocket, yeah? So you're going to listen to that.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you just signed up to Spotify or YouTube or wherever you're streaming off, you haven't got to buy it anyway. You're just looking,
and it's always there.
I mean? So like, you know, you haven't like made that commitment to the music, like, you know,
I think
it's a different way of looking at things, like, you know.
Yeah, I didn't think of it from that angle. I suppose.
So it's disposable. So I think people don't really give a shit about it.
And it's instant as well.
Yeah.
Like you can literally get any song you want from any genre, any era. You pretty much get it within a couple of seconds.
That's right, man.
Maybe a couple of rare mixes and a rare remix and stuff. You can get it whatever you want.
That's it. That's why I've been like doing the singles, like, you know, just to like gauge and see where we're going with the streams, and like it has been working. The streams have been going up, like, you know.
Just got to play about with it.
Well, yeah. Well, what I'm thinking of doing now is like, you know, I've released a few tracks of singles, just put all them onto one project, and then I've got about another 8 or 9 tracks I could chuck on that project, just so it's still and fresh on there for the people to listen to as well who follow my music on Spotify. So, like, you know, I think that's how I'm going to do it. But it's I've been switching up the genres, been doing drum and bass tracks, been doing grime tracks, been doing hip hop, just like being a bit more versatile with it, like, you know. So the albums I put out have always been hip hop, really, like, you know. So I just want to mix the flavors up a little bit for this one, like, you know.
I think when you mix it up a bit as well, like you get, just from speaking to people, obviously, saying an artist myself, but like I would imagine you get one of 2 reactions. You get maybe someone like me who's quite eclectic taste in music, so is likes if you go and do a bit of grime or you do a bit of drum and bass and do a bit of hip hop. But then you get the other people who are like, oh, why are you going away from the hip hop? Like, I like it when you do the hip hop. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't like it when artists evolve or change their style.
This is the thing, man. There's too many beard strokers sat there. Like, this is the reason why. See, back in 2013, I sort of stepped away from the UK hip hop and like made a go of it with the D&B again, like, you know, because it was getting a lot like that, like, you know, where you know, call them gatekeepers, call them what you want, like, you know, and they're saying, no, they're telling you what's good and what's not. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, music is subjective, like, of course it is. So, you know, what might be good to someone might be shit to the next man. 100%. You know, so like, how can people be like, you know, so judgmental and all that? So, like, I think hip hop to me is anything that involves like a DJ and a mic, 2 turntables. Do you know what I mean? That's how it all started. Yeah, it was an MC rapping over a DJ, mixing bricks. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You don't get no more hip hop than that. So you look at it now, it's grime. Do you know what I mean? That come off the back
so
of
many offshoots.
There's so many offshoots of it, jungle, and so on. If you go back and back and back, like, you know. So to me, it's all hip hop. Jungle, it's all hip hop. All of it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. It's a culture. You know, it's a culture.
That's what Fordy was saying the other day, wasn't it?
It's like, a culture.
Fordy had a bit of not a rant, but he went on like a bit of a thing about, he started about like hip hop, and he said people call it hip hop. He said hip hop's not even a style of music; it's a way of life.
It's a culture.
Yeah, it's a culture.
It's a culture, man. And you've got to represent.
He made sense what he was saying.
Yeah, 100%. You've got to represent the elements. There's so many elements to hip hop. You know, you've got the breaking. You've got the rapping, you've got the DJing, do you know what I mean? You've got the graph, you've got the dancing, do you know what I mean? And so on, you acknowledge yourself, do you know what I mean? There's so many elements to it, like, you know, it is a way of life, it's a culture, man, you know? It's not just music, people think it's hip hop music, but no, that's just a small part of the culture, like, you know, you've got to understand that. And when they say hip hop's 50 years old, you know, it's come a long way. It's come a long way, man.
A lot of evolution there, isn't there?
Absolutely.
And like, you mentioned all the offshoots of like, you know, garage and drum and bass and the rest of it, like it all kind of originated from that hip hop culture.
Yeah.
But it is interesting how it evolves over the years, and some things kind of take a backseat or even disappear for a couple of years, and then they'll come back. Like, you don't see a lot of genuine garage tracks now. But you see, like, I think drum and bass is banging at the moment, and it's like it's really doing well for a lot of MCs.
Drum and bass gone crazy right now, man. It's gone really commercial, like, you know.
Which is,
like, I was here when I did it before.
Yeah.
With General Levy, and it was all nice.
It goes around it.
Yeah, exactly. And then they had to change the name of it. It went from Jungle to D&B. Do you know what I mean? They're trying to make out it was something different. Jungle D&B is the same fucking thing, man. Do you know what I mean? It's a rebrand.
For a while,
it is. It's a rebrand, like, you know. And like, there was a lot of violence going back on in the clubs as well, man. You turn up to a lot of clubs over in England, like Manchester, Wales, even up in London, like, there was games going on.
Yeah.
You know, they were dodgy places to go to, like, you know. So
and then it stopped. Like people get off that wave then, don't they? Because they don't want to.
yeah,
Just I mean, like just.
It went over to the garage scene, then. Everyone left the jungle scene sort of thing, and like the trouble went over to the garage scene, like, you know, it's mad.
I love a bit of garage, mate.
Oh man, I love garage, bro. Can't fault this, like.
I don't know, like it's this weird thing. Like everything comes back around, doesn't it?
Of course it does, man. Well, we done a night in collaboration with Boozy. So we had Harvest Crew down, DT, Luck and Neat. We done that. That was our first night in the Walkabout, where we're doing the after party now for Chasing Statements. So that night was, you know, it was a busy night.
You basing yourself a lot in Walkabout, or just so?
I think that's our venue for the time being. Like, you know, everything seems to be good there. The management are good to work with, you know. So the venue's a lovely venue with almost 1,500 people. The sound system's nice, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, the security are friendly. So, like, you know, at the moment, everything's like plain sailing. Like, you know, it's a match made in heaven sort of thing. Right?
I think, like, if you can, when you get those relationships where the people you're working with, you're on the same page, you both kind of go in the same direction, but also, you know, the venue's good, it's like the facilities are good and everything. It's like you got to just get on the wave with it and just keep working, keep building those relationships. Because, you know,
I like where it is. I like St. Mary's.
It's a nice place. It's not like bang in the middle of everything, is it? But it's like
it's still central
enough.
Exactly.
Right by the station as well, mate. Right by the taxi ranks.
Need to measure, man. Like we started in Carmen.
Yeah,
like two or three doors up.
Yeah, you'll have to, because I am so long since I've been into town. Half these places I wouldn't know. We'll walk about right now.
Yeah. Well, Carmen's only a few doors up from it, like, you know, but it's not there anymore. It's some cocktail bar now, I think, like, you know. But that's where me and Kevin linked up and started doing Circle 8, like, you know, because he owned Carmen. He was running it with Dave. And me and Basin had done a night for his birthday, talking 10 years ago now, right? You know what I mean? And what was the name of the club? Charlie Brown's. And we done one event in Charlie Brown's, and then there was an issue basically with the owner. He got banged up or something. So we'd had all the DJs booked, we had the date done, the flyers printed, and then we found out we lost our venue because the owner's gone to jail. So we were like, shit, man, what are we going to do? So Carlo were putting on D&B nights, and I think the promoter that was putting on nights in there had left to go somewhere else or something. So like they were looking for someone real quick. So we just stepped in there and done our night, like, you know, and then it was going for free sailing from there, like, you know. Yeah. So that's how we started it down there.
So with you got this after party after the Chasing Status gig. Obviously, you could do the bit before as well, which you talked about. But like the after party, who you got booked for that?
We got Nicky Black Market. We got Shabba-D. They're going to do like a history of D&B set. So we'll go in like from mid-90s up to present day. So like that's something
going to get people.
I'm really excited about that, tell you the truth. You know, being a lover of the music and to watch how it's evolved over the years, that's quite an exciting set for me, like, you know. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. And obviously, like Shabba, you know, he's a legend. He's been in the D&B scene since as long as I can remember, like, you know. So to get him booked again, I've booked him a few times. The first time I booked Shabba, talking, I think it was 96 or 97 in the Friars in Barry. Done him. Who did we have with him? I think we had Daisy with him. I remember we had it on film, and Mick filmed it on a camcorder, and like we used to watch it in the house over and over and over again. The whole night we just filmed all the DJs mixing and that, like, you know. And obviously, you know, social media, you see DJs doing sets online all the time, like, you know. But back then, you have a video of a DJ doing a set, like, he was that one tape of that. He just played on loop all the time, like, you know. So yeah, Shabba's a bad man. He was back then, like, you know. So yeah, it'd be good to book him again after all this time, like, you know.
Drum based set sounds just wicked.
Yeah,
that sounds like it's going to be like after like people are going to come out with Chasing Status. They're going to be buzzing.
Everyone's going to be gassed today. Everyone's going to be looking for somewhere to go.
Yeah, go to the after party, and it's history of drum and bass.
That's it. Yeah, come and have this.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer.
Here.
Get it right here.
I'm going to put a link
right by here. And the ticket sales are doing well.
I was going to say, because you've done it in a couple of tiers, didn't you? Where you did the first ones where you had to have a ticket from the chasing status thing.
That's still on.
Is it?
What I've done, I've put a limited amount of tickets on the door for people who've gone to chasing status, got their chasing status ticket, and then they want to come to our after party. If they haven't bought tickets, there's a little space there for those people. So if they produce the chasing status ticket before 11 o'clock, they get in for a £5.
Before 11.
Before 11. If you come waving your ticket round after 11, the guys on the door can have them. So yeah, it's got to be before 11 o'clock. With regards to the tickets, all the early bird tickets for a £5 sold out straight away. They went within a couple of hours. We've done the first release then. They went in a couple of hours. This is all on the day of release. The second release then, they pretty much sold out. And I thought, do you know what? It's going up to 15 quid in a minute.
Yeah.
And like, cost of living and all that. I want people to have value for money. You know, if they come into our rave, times are hard, you know, we're all feeling the pinch and we like, you know. So I put another few hundred tickets on at a tenner. So to keep it down nice and cheap, like, you know, so hopefully people can get good value for money, like.
I think that's it, innit? Like, the fact that you were able to give tickets for like 5 quid, 10 quid, whatever, like, people appreciate that as well, don't they? Apart from the fact that it's going to be a wicked night on the back of a wicked concert with chasing status, to then be able to go to the after party for reasonable prices.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's a good night out.
Yeah,
that's a good night out, man.
It's a proper night. And I think the other thing as well is, like, if people go to the room before, which it's going to be rammed in there, isn't it? Let's be honest, before the chasing status come on, what did you say, 9, was it?
I think there's 9,000 people going to the gig. So, you know, that's a lot of heads, like, you know.
Yeah, and there's, like, the bit you do before in that room, was it 300-400 in that room, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure on the numbers, like, the total capacity, but you can get that in there. But people are obviously, there's other acts on in the main arena as well, like warming up for chasing status, like, you know. But like, I think we're going to be pretty busy all night, especially with the bars, a bar in there, so people trying to get served in.
The main thing is
when it's busy, it's always big queues in there, like, you know, you're not going to get away from that, so people are going to be coming into that room anyway, like, so.
Yeah, and the thing is, even if people, from your point of view, if people like just go in and think, oh, I'm going to go in this room for a quick pint, like, because the queue's smaller,
they won't be
and then they hear the music,
when they hear them great DJs, man. Do you know what I mean? Especially Nick the Greek at the moment, he's on fire, man. He's making some wicked tunes, so I can't wait to get him on, man.
It's going to be, sounds like it's going to be one of them, like, special nights, you know, like, just where, like, everything kind of comes together nicely, and it's just going to be one of them things where it's just,
fingers crossed, man.
We're going to talk about it for a while. I'm excited for you, mate. I really am.
Thank you very much.
My dancing days are behind me.
Should do a live stream, should we? So everyone can watch on Facebook.
People watching, mate.
Yeah, man.
Just start. Yeah, I want to go. Yeah, I think. I would like to go. I think.
But if you do change your mind, you want to come down, obviously as guest list, we are for you. For both of you, I should say.
Appreciate it.
You want to come on his own?
Can't go nowhere. If I went to a night like that on my own, I'd probably be gone for a few days.
Yeah.
I know.
Just wake up in the kitchen somewhere.
Just some house party somewhere.
Yeah, that's it.
20 miles away. It's you got to be excited by it though. Like, even like, I know you got hard work in terms of putting it all together and promoting it and stuff. It's got to be just genuinely exciting to be.
Do you know what? For me, obviously, like, it's sort of like, it's a job for me. Like,
of course, yeah.
Promoting, and there's times where you put events on and you've done your bollocks, like, you've lost grounds. Do you know what I mean? There's never like you put them on and you meet many, like, you know, it's swings and roundabouts, so to speak. So, like, in terms of enjoying it, I enjoy it when I close the front door and there's no one coming in after whatever time we close the door. Say we close the doors after 2 o'clock, slam the door, check the till, everything's done. I'm going down to rave for a bit now. Trying to go and check out the headliners, like, you know, try and work it like that. There's 9 times out of 10 I'm always on the door.
Yeah,
just taking care of shit.
Something's
going on in the club I've got to do. If the responsibility falls on me, so I'm overdoing certain stuff, like, you know, so I don't really get to enjoy my own events, like, which is a bit of a bummer. It's like I'm happy with the lineups, like, you know.
Yeah, I suppose, but then because you're the promoter, it starts and ends with you, doesn't it? So like, if stuff happens or whatever, like it's on you. So you're gonna keep an eye on it.
That's
like
it.
That. I can relate to that in a different way in terms of not being able to relax because you're always got something to do.
There's always something going on, isn't there?
But then I find like it's just to eat. Like I've only promoted 3 events just before Christmas, and obviously got one now in May, and they've got another one which is waiting to be announced. And like it's like non-stop, like promoting it.
People don't see the work that goes on behind the scenes. Honestly, the work that goes on behind the scenes is a lot, you know. And if you get one of them wrong or you miss something along the chain of events that you've got to do, the whole thing collapses. You know, you've got to run it like clockwork. Yeah, it's a knock-on effect, man. You've got to run it like clockwork, you know. And I've learned the hard way, like, you know, I've learned off my mistakes over the years, like, you know. So I would probably say, when I put an event on now, 9 times out of 10 is problem-free because I've already eliminated all the possibilities. But never say never, because something always happens.
Yeah,
always something goes wrong. I remember we were doing an event. I won't say the name of it, where it was, and we were hosting a room in there. And I turned I sees the promoter. It was a joint promotion night, and where's the turntables on stage, bro? They're coming now in a minute. I said, we're opening in half hour. I said, this should have been done fucking hours ago, bro. What's going on, man? He told me everything was cool. You know?
That would be stressful.
Half an hour, opened the main room up, and there's tune going on there, like in room 2, there's nothing there. Do you know what I mean? The decks still haven't come. I go to the manager, where's the decks? I thought you were bringing them down from upstairs. So I've gone to Penarth now. I just jumped in my car and said, fuck this, man. Me and my mates, we've gone down there, we've picked them up, we've unwired them from this club in Penarth, chucked them in the back of my motor, drove back to the club we were at, wired it all up, and it was like 10:30, 11 by the time we fired the music up, like, so I mean, for room 2, which was like one of those things. I was told everything was going to be there, all set up beforehand, like, you know, so now I've always got a backup plan. Got a backup plan, man.
Yeah.
You know, if it's going to go wrong, 9 times out of 10, it probably will. So
better to have a backup plan which you don't use, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I learned that. I learned that the hard way as well. It's like just with the audio side of things, particularly for like live events and podcasts. Like I've learned to have a backup plan because I had a thing like I can talk about like the thing with Sacred because I've spoken to him now. Like I'd done a podcast with Sacred just like in November time. It was a really wicked podcast. Like we just sat in a pub, had a beer, and just had a wicked chat. Like, but something went wrong with the audio, so I had this wicked video, and there was like no audio on it.
Oh man,
like,
so good.
It's devastating. So I text him, and I'm like, mate, like, there's just nothing I can do. I've tried to like get it off camera, and like I feel terrible, like because he's coming down and he's giving me his time and that, but.
These things happen, man.
Yeah, he was sounding like we're going to do something. Might do something next week. I said I'll go to him and do it in his local because he was good enough to come to me like before.
He's a sound kid anyway, Sacred.
He put some new tune out yesterday.
He's busy all the time, Sacred. Yeah, he's always grinding away, man.
Time as well.
Yeah, no, I respect his work ethic, man. You know what I mean? He's always on something, man. So you got to give respect to that.
Then 40, then so we had 40 in the other day, and like obviously like there was 2 sides to it, innit? So you had like the one side with the music and like he's been around for years, and
oh yeah, he's a dinosaur.
So much to talk about, but like it was wicked for me. Like
listen, I can sit there and talk to 40 for hours on end, bro. You know.
And then obviously he's got his other side of the story and the battles he's having with his like with the kids and all that sort of stuff, which he wanted to talk about, which is fine. And like.
He's gone through a hard time, he has,
brutal,
bro.
Mate.
Gone through a hard time. I've been there with him, right through it.
And like I feel for him, but like I just watching him like on social media this week. He's in the gym every day, and he's like, and I just think, mate, that's the mindset to have. It's like, whatever happens, you just got to keep going the next day and start again.
You've got to soldier on.
Yeah, mate.
I'm always in his ear, man, telling him like, you know, we all get down. You know, we all have our down days, but like you can't let it win. You know, you can't let it beat you. You gotta keep on fighting to the next day, no matter how low you are. Like, you know, we've all had that bad times. You know, we've all been through the mill, man. You know, and like you just can't give up. You gotta keep fighting, innit? It's character, innit?
Yeah,
it was character building, like, you know. Fordy's doing so well, man.
Yeah, he's really. I just felt bad. I was hoping like I'd be able to, edit it and get it out fairly quickly, whatever. But it's going to take me some time.
Yeah,
we had like a couple of breaks and it was quite long. But I'm looking forward to people seeing it, like, because
you got a story to tell, man.
Some stories, like his passion for hip hop, like really shone through, like, you know.
Absolutely.
And I filmed it like slightly different way as well, so it's like it's really dark everywhere. It's like almost like a spotlight on him and me. Yeah, and it's I don't know, it looks sick. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks.
He is hip hop. Everything about hip hop. You look at hip hop in a dictionary, man. You see Fordy. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know, saying about like everyone's been through the mill and that, like, of course, like we've all got fucking like traumatic things which have happened to us over the years. Do you reckon as you've got older, your mentality changes? Like, because I remember probably say go back 10 years, right? Particularly with my accident and stuff like that, which happened. Like, but there was periods where like I would get down and it would be like weeks before I was able to drag myself out of it. Like, it was, you get really fucking low at certain points. But now I almost, like, as I've got older, I feel like I've like kind of simplified it a little bit, where I'll just be like, right, fuck it, we'll just go again tomorrow and we'll just do what we're going to do. At the end of the day, you can only do what you can do, innit? Like, I feel like my mentality has changed a lot in the last probably 2-3 years, where I feel more equipped to just go, nah, fuck it, we'll just do it again. We'll do this, or we'll go tomorrow, and it makes a massive difference, mate. I think, like, sound like a broken, like one of these fucking life coaches now, but like, if you can fucking get a bit of exercise or get in the gym, it fucking makes like massive difference.
You get all these endorphins going in your body, don't you? Like, you know, it's important to train and be fit. You know, I haven't been to the gym for a long time, man. Honestly, I used to be a gym rat. I was always in the gym training and that. But
you feel better, don't you?
You do, yeah. Speaking of time, it really is like making the time. And like, you know, I should have time to go back to it, like, you know. But like, I'm all or nothing, man. Yeah. You know, I'm an extremist in everything I do. I've got to take it to the max. You know, and like that's just my personality. Yeah, that's how I am. Like, you know? Addictive personality. Yeah, I'm all out, like, you know. Whether it be drugs or whatever it was in my life growing up, like, so I mean, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it properly. Like.
I'm going to do it for fucking days.
Yeah, I'll go on the bender for a fucking week, bro. Do you know what I mean? But like, that's how I used to be when I was younger, man. I didn't give a fuck, like, you know. But things have changed now. I've got a family, you know, and like I'm set.
You take that addictive personality into other stuff. I found over massively, mate. And I'm sure my family would agree. Like podcasting and the live events, it consumes me, and like I literally like Becky will tell me, or like one of the kids will be like, Dad, come on, turn your phone off or whatever.
Yeah, come on, have a break.
Like, because I just like up at 5:30 and it's just a cup of coffee, smoke, just boom, admin, fucking emails, whatever, messaging people.
That's how it goes.
I had 2 people say to me this week, you get up early, don't you? Because I like tend to message people at like 5:30, 6 in the morning. No, you know, I know they're not going to reply.
I had an early one this morning. I'm sure I did. Yeah, I've got 7:30. But
it's because like I just get just banging into it, like, you know.
That's it. As soon as you're up, I'm the same. I'm up early. You know, get up with the kid, like, you know, his breakfast on and all that. Get to school. He's 3.5 now, man. Yeah, he's into everything. Yeah, and do you know what? That age that he is now, it's amazing, man. I'm living every day with him, like, you know, and like with my other kids, like, I missed a lot of them growing up, like, you know, through previous relationships breaking up and all this sort of thing, like, you know, so I'm trying to get it right and be the best that I can be, being a father, like, you know, this time round.
The best of the times, mate, like that little period between 3 and 3 to about 8 or 9 is like
when he stopped being cute, like.
Yeah, as soon as they can answer you back.
Well, he's been answering me back since he could speak, man.
I got a 15-year-old you can borrow if you want.
Yeah, man, I've
So,
got
you
enough
know,
kids. I don't need no more.
No, my youngest, like, he's 15, like, and it feels weird now to have, like, one of them's moved out to uni, the other one's going like a month or something, which is quite upsetting. And that,
Yeah.
we're gonna go from like a full house to suddenly just being like 3 of us, and it's like
The numbers are dwindling
yeah,
down.
mate, because I like the chaos, I like the
Yeah.
noise, and I'm used to it, and like it's getting quieter and quieter, and it's like, right, we're gonna have to start. We're gonna have to get some decks or something. And
Yeah, you have to make some noise,
like,
man.
yeah,
Get some speakers.
Do you get cats?
Yeah, like I've always been a dog person.
Same here, man.
Always been a dog person, and like our dog, who we've had like since the little one was pretty much 1, so like 14 years, passed away. The other just probably like a month or 2 ago.
Oh no.
And fucking somehow, like just before she died, we've ended up with 3 fucking kittens, and I'm like, like cats, but like
You got them.
yeah,
Yours now.
and that was the youngest teenager's fault as well. Because he got him off his missus,
Right,
missus'
okay.
parents. We had one, and then about like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, when we're like proper in love with this little tiny black kitten, he's like, oh, the brothers haven't got anywhere to go. And we're like,
Do you want the other 2?
yeah, and he'd be sneaky, right? So we'll go pick him up, and he's got this tiny, it's like so small black kitten, and we've pulled up, and he just comes out the house, and like her window's open, and he just goes, there you go, and she's on it, and you can see straight away,
That's
she's
it.
just like, oh,
Meet the bond straight away.
but there we go.
Like SETI in your hand, man.
Ah, no, but it's all good. But like, yeah, it's the noise, mate. You'll have to teach me to DJ, mate. I think
Not a
that's
problem,
what I
bro.
need.
I can do that.
I've always wanted to do it, but I haven't got like I think I said this to you when we were talking before at BT Media. I have no like musical ability. I know loads about music, like historically and different genres.
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
and I can tell most tracks within about 5 seconds of them playing.
Yeah.
But in terms of like
DJ is
ability,
easy, man. Anyone can do it. You know, my son, he's 3.5, and like, I'm teaching him how to beat mix. I posted a video up on Facebook the other day. He's got, gets more views than me.
You'll be doing it now.
He's mixing breaks, man, chopping them up on the crossfader. It's amazing to see, like, you know. Like, technology's become so accessible, and it's so easy to DJ now in comparison to what it was like when we were just mixing vinyl. Do you know what I mean? It's so easy, man. A computer does it for you. You press sync and it does it for you.
Mate, I've seen fucking some of these influencers who do like, you know, they basically get signed up to like events and that to DJ just because of their name or their following or whatever.
Yeah, they got a following on social
literally just
media.
got a laptop and they're not even. They haven't even got decks.
I've
like,
seen some crazy videos online with a DJ underneath the table. And he's mixing underneath the table on a controller. And there's another DJ up there, like, you know, doing all the same thing, like, you know. I was like, unbelievable.
It's weird how they do it. But like, yeah, it's something I got an interest in. Like, just as a, nothing I wouldn't to do, just for like.
If you're a lover of music, that's it, you're already there.
No, just like
more tech for the house, isn't it?
Yeah, more equipment to go in the house. It's just what I need.
A little controller,
as the kids move,
not a laptop, you've got a laptop anyway.
Get more equipment. As the kids go, we'll get more equipment.
That's not a pair of monitors, then.
I've got monitors for days. I think I'd like to do it as a hobby, like just something, especially as I'm trying to cut smoking now. I need something else.
Something else to replace it, like, yeah, man.
Same, mate.
It's finding the time, you know. Like, I like to produce music. I like to DJ. I mean, I like to pick the mic up and perform and all that sort of thing, like, you know. And that's my wind down time. That is, like, you know, that's my enjoyment time, like, you know. Everything else is work, so to speak, like, you know. But it's actually finding the time to do it. Because like life happens, your family happens. So I mean, you've got to provide this, that, and the other. So yeah, it's actually finding the time to do it. Like I'm not like I was when I was a kid. I'd be living and dying the music. You know what I mean? I'd be playing it all day, like, you know, I'd be practicing, trying to get my skills up and all this sort of thing. But yeah, it's really trying to find the time to do it. Man. You've got to really like use your time wisely, like, you know. and try and like, if you're releasing music as well, you've got deadlines that you're trying to like meet.
Yeah.
You know, you're saying that this is coming out with so and so day. You've got to get the music mixed. You've got to get it mastered. You've got to get all the promo stuff done for it. Your press shots, the write-ups, or the magazines. You've got to hit the magazines up. You've got to hit the radio up. There's a lot of work goes into just putting out music. It's not just like
And then the day
making a
gets
track.
closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just making the track and then just uploading it to Spotify and out it goes. You're not going to have no one listen to you if you're not doing any promo. You're not getting on the radio, getting any radio plays. You know what I mean? If the BBC are not backing you, like, you know, you've got no chance, sort of thing. So, you know, you got to work the angles, like, you know, you've got to put that work in. So that's a full-time job in itself. Just releasing music, like,
I say that all the time though. You could be the most talented at what you do. Like you could put out the best. You could make like the best podcast, the best song, the best whatever documentary, whatever it could be. But if you just make it and then just chuck it up on your YouTube channel,
no good.
No one's going to watch it unless you're lucky that it's about something which is trending or like controversial or something like that. You might get lucky, but generally speaking, you've got to get it out there, and you've got to get people.
That's it.
Got to get it to people, even because it's weird, isn't it? Like everything is, like we said, everything's at people's fingertips.
Yeah.
But you've got to make sure that your stuff is at their fingertips.
Yeah,
Whether
exactly.
that's through websites, magazine, blogs, radio, whatever it may be, podcasts. You just got to find a way. Right. Where can people get the tickets for the after party with Jason Status?
Fat Summer. Straight on Fat Summer. If you go on the Circulate page on Facebook, there's loads of posts on there. The event page is pinned to the top of it. The ticket links are there as well in the event page, and I can see those posters and flyers. Everything I post has got a ticket link on it. Any video, there's a video advert as well to post on it. There's so much
Instagram stories with the link in.
Instagram stories with the link in, and I learned what to do this week, man.
Yes, mate.
Thanks to young Mia, our social media whiz kid now, who's part of the team, like, you know. So yeah, she's teaching me new tricks on social media. So
I'll put all links to everything, like the Circulate Facebook, the links, everything, all of it. I'll put all the links to the description and everything. But make sure you go check it out. It sounds like it's going to be an absolute.
It's going to be amazing.
Bang,
it's going to be a night to remember, man. And there's going to be so many people coming out of Utility Arena, you know, all looking for a party to go. And that's the only place to go. There's no other after parties in Cardiff, like, you know. So if you love D&B, February 22nd, walk about Cardiff, go and get your tickets now, man. It's going to be a night to remember, trust me.
The official, unofficial.
That's it, man.
Nice.
Big up.
It's identical.